Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just getting all set up to start meal prepping. I have the new Mary Poppins movie that is on Netflix going, got my knives and my water, and I'm ready to go. So I have a lot to do today, so I'll definitely be doing some multitasking. So let me show you what that means for me when I'm multitasking during a meal prep. So I have some lean ground turkey sausage here in the pan. I'll be using this for a breakfast bake. I'm also poaching some chicken that I'll be using for a loaded chicken salad. And I always poach my chicken in chicken broth. It just adds a little bit more flavor to it. In one of my air fryers, I'm cooking up this package of turkey bacon. In the air fryer, I have my chicken wings going. So for the chicken wings, I will start out by cooking them for 15 minutes at 380, flipping them, and then cooking for another 15 minutes. For the last 5 minutes, I will increase the heat to 400 degrees. That way they get extra crispy. For my turkey bacon, I always cook it at 400 degrees for 5 minutes. Definitely check your own air fryer, though, for the temperature settings. So now that all that is going, I'm going to get started on the veggie chopping. So I need some celery, some green onion, and some red onion for the loaded chicken salad. So I'm just going to dice all that up pretty finely. Also, I need to chop up some cucumber and more red onion for some side salads I'll be having this week. And then the really fun task of grating up some cheese. I really hate this task, and I may just buy the shredded cheese at Costco from now on. I know that has some added ingredients in it, but I just don't know about this cheese grating stuff. So all that is now done. So that part is out of the way. So let's get started. So the poached chicken is all done. So I'm going to use the best cooking trick that you guys ever need to know, and that's using a hand mixer to shred up the chicken. So I do this for any recipe that calls for shredded chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for later. Turkey sausage is all done, so I'm going to go ahead and set that aside as well. So next I'm going to make the sausage breakfast casserole. This did stay in the oven a bit too long, but it still came out and tasted really good. So for this you will need 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/3 cup of coconut flour, and 4.5 tablespoons of melted butter. So you're going to whisk all that up really well until everything is nice and smooth. And then now you're going to add in your cooked and drained turkey sausage. And lastly, you're going to add in 2 cups of shredded cheese. So you're going to pour all this into a 9x13 baking dish, and this is going to go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Set your timer, because that's what I did not do. So this will be one of my breakfasts this week, and you guys, I did try a little piece of it, and it does taste really yummy, and it smells amazing while it's baking. So for one of my lunches, I'll be having loaded chicken salad in lettuce wraps. So to my bowl with the shredded chicken, I am adding in a 1/4 cup of mayo, a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and then to that I'm adding in a 1 cup of finely diced celery, a 1/4 cup of diced red onion, 3 chopped green onions, and a 1/2 cup of bacon crumbles, and then lastly 1 cup of shredded cheese. So I'm going to stir all that together until it is all nice and thoroughly mixed up. And again, I'll be serving this on lettuce leaves or just eating it as is. Also, I am making some keto bread, so I could eat it on that as well. So next up, I'm making a recipe that is called 90-second keto bread. So first I need to melt 1 tablespoon of butter. To the melted butter, I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of almond flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg. Now this recipe also calls for salt, but I'm using salted butter, so I didn't worry about it. Stir it up until there are no lumps, and then you're going to cook it in the microwave for 90 seconds. Now I'm using this glass dish that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's about 3 inches or so in diameter. And this is what it looks like when it comes out. So go ahead and remove it from your dish as soon as possible, but then let it cool for about 5 minutes before slicing it in half. And now I'm going to toast them up. I read this makes them just a bit firmer and crispier, which it really, really does. So now I have a 1/2 tablespoon of butter in my pan here. I'm just going to toast each side for about 30 seconds or so until it is nice and crispy. So my main plan for these were to use them for breakfast sandwiches. So I'll just make an egg in the morning, put a slice of Canadian bacon on there or slice of turkey bacon, either one, and then just make a sandwich out of it, or I could also use it for my chicken salad. So for my other lunch this week, I'm going to be having Parmesan garlic chicken wings and a side salad. As you saw earlier, I already cooked up the wings. So in this bowl, I have a half of a cup of melted butter. To that, I'm adding in some minced garlic, a half of a cup of grated Parmesan, parsley, garlic powder, and onion powder. I'm going to mix that up really well, and then I'm going to add in the chicken wings. So you just want to toss the chicken wings in this butter garlic sauce, and then they are ready to go. You guys, I'm pretty excited about this lunch. It smelled really good, and I really refrained myself from having one, but I just wanted to wait until I have them for lunch. So meanwhile, I'm also cooking up some grilled chicken that I need for dinner tonight. So the last thing I'm going to work on today are going to be a couple of dressings. So first up is a ranch dressing. So I'm going to start this off by putting together a batch of ranch dressing seasonings. So you're going to need 6 teaspoons of dried parsley, 3 teaspoons of dried dill, 3 teaspoons of dried chives, 4 teaspoons of garlic powder, 4 teaspoons of onion powder, salt and pepper. So I like to store mine in these little jars so that way I can just shake them up each time, and then that way, you know, it just always stays nice and mixed up. So now to make the dressing, I'm going to need 1 cup of mayo, a half of a cup of sour cream, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of almond milk, and then 2 tablespoons of the seasonings. And you just want to stir, 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 and then refrigerate, and this is such a yummy dressing. So the last dressing I'm going to make is going to be blue cheese. So to a bowl, I'm adding in 1 cup of mayo, a half of a cup of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, salt and pepper, and then 3/4 of a cup of blue cheese crumbles, and then finally 1/4 cup of dried chives. So easy peasy dressing done. Homemade dressing, you guys, is so easy to make, and it's so much cheaper, and I feel like it has no those fillers, so much better for you. So you guys, please check the description box for recipes that'll have the calories and macros on them. And just know that these recipes can be easily modified for whatever plan you're doing by using ingredients that better fit your plan. So lower fat items, fat-free items, whatever you guys want to do to make it fit your plan. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already done so. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.